What's up, guys? It's Lamba Talks. What's up, guys? It's Lamba Talk Soups with our first sort of commentary style video with highlights running in the background. Make sure to leave a comment if you like this style of videos because this is really new to me and I'm really trying to learn what you guys will like most so I can make my content as good as it can be. So yeah, let's get started. So today we had the Cavs Pacers game, which was really interesting to me because I think the Pacers are going to emerge as a very good team with Domantas Sabonis leading them and Victor Oladipo playing surprisingly well coming off of an injury. But I feel like what will hurt this Pacers team the most is, even though they won this game against a very young Cavs team, I feel like what will hurt this Pacers team the most is that lack of TJ Warren, because TJ Warren brought this sort of spark on offense which the Pacers will no longer have. And I feel like this spark will be really important to them in further games when they go against elite defenses in the league. And when they go against these defenses that can shut them down, I feel like they'll go long stretches of time without scoring because we've seen from Victor Oladipo in the past, he can be hot, but he can also be very cold. And that's sort of what I feel like that we'll see more of the Pacers throughout the season without TJ Warren. But I think the Pacers will all in all be a playoff team around 4-5 seed, and they will play very well throughout the season because today they showed promise, but with Aaron Holiday starting at small forward. And by no means is Aaron Holiday a bad player, but Aaron Holiday is not TJ Warren. And they're sort of showing a little bit more bench depth as well, and TJ McConnell playing good minutes for them. And yeah. So now let's go to the Cavs side of this game. The Cavaliers are really an interesting team in this league. Because I feel like what they're trying to do, I feel like they shouldn't be trying to make a playoff push this season. I feel like all the Cavs should do is just get their young guys as many minutes as possible just to let them grow and get a further feel for the NBA. Because, I mean, Colin Sexton is coming out as a very good player, and so is Darius Garland. But when Kevin Porter Jr. comes back, they're gonna have to manage their minutes very well because they're gonna have to get Jetty Osman enough minutes to sort of get better, and they're gonna have to get Kevin Porter Jr. enough minutes while giving Colin Sexton and Darius Garland their minutes, and keeping Andre Drummond on the floor to sort of act as that big man to act as that sort of big man on the Cavs. So yeah, that's what I sort of took away from the Cavs side of the game. Now let's go into what I see the future of these teams being. I see the future of the Cavs. I see the future of the Cavs being a sort of I see the future of the Cavs being as a playoff team, but I feel like what the Cavs need to do to get over that hump in the East, because the East, it may not have been a good conference in the past, but it is emerging as a very good conference. Teams like the Nets, teams like the Pacers, teams like the Celtics, Bucks, and Heat, all residing in the East, including the Raptors as well. But um I feel like this Cavs team will be good because they're hitting shots, as you can see in these highlights. Like Malcolm Brogdon, they're playing good defense and they're hitting shots. But what the Cavs need to do is sort of let Darius Garland and Colin Sexton grow into elite players, and that's how they're sort of gonna get a lot better in the NBA because now because no one expected the Cavs to come out and win a lot of games. People what the Cavs should be focusing on their young core. In this core, they should be focusing on how they can make their players as good as possible. Now let's go to the Pacers side of this game. The Pacers really sort of showed me throughout the season that Domantas Sabonis is elite. I wouldn't say top 5 power forward yet, but he's maybe top 7 or top 8 power forward in the NBA, and he's a very solid NBA player. He's showing that he can lead a Celtics team. I mean, only a few years past, it was Victor Oladipo leading the team, but now as you're seeing in the highlights, Domantas Sabonis is dribbling down the floor and he's managing this offense very well. And yeah, and I feel like what the Pacers also have is that sort of defensive anchor, which is going to make them a top 4 or 5 seed in the East in Miles Turner. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. But let me know if you guys like this sort of commentary style with highlights running in the background. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. Peace.